Hello and welcome back again. My name is NX16 and today, welcome to a really old series I've not done for quite a while, which is the Leaks and Teasers malarkey. And today we are going to be going over the two newest champions coming to League of Legends, being what I think is going to be Rakan and Xayah. I don't know if that's how you say the names, but either way, that's how I'm going to be saying it in today's video. So there's two champions, which is a first for Riot. Well, kind of, because in the past they used to release multiple champions out at the same time. But this is the first time in a very long time that they have done this. So, which is all cool. So, we're going to cover these two. So first of all, let's cover the support, because one of us is a support and the other is an AD carry. So Rakan, the Charmer, is the support. So let's have a quick look at his ability, shall we? So first of all, if I just pause this, his passive, called Flay Feathers. Rakan's coat occasionally generates a shield, even in combat. Rakan can reduce this ability's cooldown by attacking enemy champions, which is generally quite cool, and you can see in this video here, it's just a generic shield ability, which is okay. Now, this ability is definitely going to work with the rest of his kit. So if we have a quick look at his other kit, so first of all, his Q, Gleaming Quill. Rakan slings a enchanted feather forward. If it connects with an enemy champion or epic monster, it will deal damage, and Rakan's cloak will surge with magic. After a brief moment, a heal will trigger around the area around Rakan, and the heal will activate immediately if Rakan touches an ally. So we could see this in the little video here. So we see the little circle appear around Rakan, and when he walks close to his ally, it instantly pops off the heal instead of waiting that few seconds. Next up, we have his W, the Grand Entrance. Rakan leaps forward, landing stylishly, obviously, at his destination. He then pauses for a dramatic effect before launching into the air and knocking up nearby opponents. We get to see this in the video. This looks so cool. I do think this looks... He's very stylish in terms of a champion. It's actually really cool. Next up, we have Battle Dance. Rakan leaps to an ally's side, shielding them from arm, and he can recast Battle Dance again for a few seconds afterwards, even on the same target. If Xayah is the target, Rakan rushes to her aid from an increased distance. So we can get to see this in the video. So the small radius is actually the default radius. The bigger one is actually if you have a Xayah in your team. So it's kind of cool. So we get to see he dashes to the Azir and then straight to a Nivea, because they're all bird people. Of course, it has to be a bird. And then you can see he hops to Xayah with the longer distance. Now, I'm not too sure how this is going to work, because we're not too sure how he's going to be played yet. I'm guessing he's going to be a very heavy frontliner. Just because one of his abilities in a second. But he definitely seems like he'd be more of a frontliner type champion. But he definitely has a lot of stuff in his kit, like the Q being the heal thing, where he does want to get to certain allies. So he can actually use this to like reposition himself, get him around and the allies in fights. So if you don't have Xayah, because if you have an Xayah, you don't really need to hop to anyone else, really, because the increased distance should be enough. But if you don't, you know, you can just easily reposition yourself, jump to like your tank and then straight to your AD carry to give them the heal, or go from your AD carry to your tank to be that front line that you need to be, which is pretty cool. So overall, I do like this. Next up, we have his ultimate, the Quickness. Rakan breaks into a sprint, enchanting his coat and captivating his audience. While the Quickness is active, Rakan charms and damages all enemies he touches, works once per champion. The first champion he touches grants them a huge burst of movement speed. So to me, this is like a really great CC effect, especially in team fights. So he's definitely going to be a mobile champion. He definitely wants to get around the fights really quickly rather than just staying stationary like a lot of other champions would be. And Riot did say that this year was meant to be a traditional support in the sense where they'll be enhancing the teams. And definitely this is along those lines of enhancing his team, because he wants to, you know, give out heals. He's going to be dashing around a lot, and he's going to just basically be a really good peeler. So overall, this is pretty cool, and we get to see it in effect. So you see, he just charms everybody. And I'm pretty sure this is actually the second time Riot have actually used charm in their game, because the first one obviously is Ari. We all know about her using Charm. But I think this is the second time we've had this effect in the game, which is pretty cool. That he is the second champion. So we can scroll down, we get some more things. You can read this if you want. I'll leave the link in the description. It tells you his strengths, so you can just see here, like, he wants to keep fighting, he's going to be making plays, he wants to poke, he wants to, he just wants to move around, basically. He's a very mobile support in sense of what he wants to be doing in fights, and this works really well here. This little this little part that they've ripped out, much like an assassin, Rakan waits for the perfect moment to explode on scene and charm his pants off his enemy team. So that makes sense, he wants to get around the fight really quickly. And then here's 2 videos. I will leave them for you guys to go check out, because I kind of want to leave this video kind of short. Because this is going to get quite long, because there's 2 champions instead of 1. So, the next one is Xayah, the Rebel. This is the AD carry out the 2. So, this is the one I'm actually super excited for, obviously. So, first of all, let's look at her passive. After casting ability, Xayah's next few basic attacks will pierce through all enemies in their path, dealing reduced damage to all targets after the first. They also leave a feather where they land. Feathers remain on the field for a moderate length of time. Feathers are important to a kit. We'll talk about them a little bit later. So you can just see her feathers are building up there. So that's 5 feathers. Does it actually? Yeah, so it just says next few basic attacks. It doesn't tell us what, but we can just see there. It's 5 feathers. So, does it tell us? So it's just after the casting ability. So this is going to be pretty cool. So if we just quickly rerun. Does she use a Q? I think she does, right? No. Oh, right. You can see the feathers stack up there. So next up, we have double daggers. Xayah throws 2 blades in a straight line, damaging all enemies hit. The blades leave a feather where they land. So obviously she throws 2 blades. So this is 2 feathers. So 2 feathers over there. And she has 3 feathers stacked up. So she's going to stack up these feathers from what it seems. So now she can just auto-attack the Z. So that's 2 feathers. That's in +3. She's going to have 5 feathers out. And then we have a W. So we just pause this. Xayah conjures a storm of feather blades that increase the strength and speed of her next few basic attacks. If Xayah attacks an enemy champion while empowered by deadly plumage, she gains a short burst of movement speed. So just like Rakan, they're going to be a very mobile. She wants to be very mobile. She doesn't want to be situated in a single place for too long. She's definitely going to be very heavy on being able to kite. And just by looking at her ability, she's definitely going to be in terms of the likes of Lucian, of wanting to auto-weave of spells and auto-attacks in very quickly, because these feathers definitely seem like they're going to be a very vital part to her kit. Now, there was a little extra bit down here. If Rakan is nearby when Xayah activates Deadly Plumage, he also gains the effect, which is fucking nuts. If we watch this, we can see, look at that. She's firing 2 fucking auto attacks at once. And then if he's in the game, like, come on. That's 4 auto attacks going off at once. That is insane. Now, we're going to skip the E for now, because the E is very important to her kit. So we're just going to go straight to her ultimate Feather Storm. Xayah leaps into the air, briefly coming untargetable. That's very important. The untargetable bar is going to be so vital to her. And after a short delay, she hurls a storm of blades, in a cone, which deals damage to enemies struck and leaves a feather upon landing. Xayah may continue to move while airborne. So we can see, you can just see, she goes fucking immobile. Not immobile, she becomes untargetable. Look at that. This is going to be so vital when you're facing champions like the Ashe you just seen, but other champions like Zed, Fizz. You can use the ultimate to dodge their ultimates, or dodge the damage portion of Zed's ultimate. It is so fucking insane. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of playmaking coming out of Xayah, and I'm definitely going to be playing her, because I've loved the last few champions rights released in terms of the AD carry position of Kalista and Jhin. Like, these 2 have been amazing, and she definitely seems just like in my boat, wants to be playmaking, wants to get aggressive, and that's how I play the game, and I have a lot of fun doing that. So this definitely feels straight up my street. Now, going back to her E, Blade Caller, this is where a lot of her entire kit ends up tying to. Xayah recalls all feathers, dealing damage to enemies struck on the way back to Xayah. If a target is struck by several feathers at once, they'll be briefly rooted. This is where she becomes a true 1v1 god. So just like Lucian, this is why I draw her very close to Lucian, is because he is a AD carry that is known for 1v1ing other AD carries. A lot of AD carries can't beat him in a 1v1. And she definitely seems in the same case. Because we see it right here. She wants to throw out these blades. She's going to auto-weave her autos and her basics in to stack up these feathers behind them, to recall them, to root them. So this is going to be insane in team fights. And I just can't wait for this champion. I'm definitely going to be playing this champion a lot. And I did say on Twitter yesterday that when this champion is released on the PvE, I will be streaming. So when this video goes out, I don't know how long, but I will be streaming over on my Twitch channel. Links in the description. It's over at Steven Snake. That's the one I'll be streaming on. Now, there's one more thing we didn't click on, which also Rakan has, is the special recall, Lover's Leap. So if either Xayah or Rakan is recalling, their lovers can sync up with them and basically just run to base together. Now, this is very cool because if one's recalling, so we can just see here, so he's recalling, she comes along, and then ties into the recall. Now, here's a special bit. She leaves at the exact same time he does, meaning her recall is actually cut short. So what I'm thinking what could be done here is you have your support being recall. You know, you have your support just recalling really close to you, and you're just dashing out your last few bits of damage, and just the tick they're about to disappear back to the base, you click on them to join them. So you don't even need a channel. You can continuously push in the waves while they're just sitting behind you recalling, and you just join them. So it's definitely going to be really strong. I think these two as a pair have been perfectly made for each other in terms of their kits. But on their own, they are still going to be really strong because these champions can be played on their own. They're not having to be played in the same game all the time. You can take one without the other. But taking them together is definitely going to be a very, very good thing to do. So, to all you support players out there, pick up Rakan, please. Because if you see an Xayah on your team, take Rakan. It is going to benefit you so hard. Because these two together are going to be insane. And then there's more text here. And Xayah works best safely behind Rakan, or any other support, letting them tank unwanted attention. Obviously, that's just an AD carry thing. And there's videos and more stuff. So, I'm going to leave that there. There's a link in the description down below for you guys to check out these two champions. And again, I will be streaming on my Twitch channel. Links down below. And I will see you all then. So, until then, guys, I will see you all later. Peace out.